Went into a crowd, and then that's when Quest Crew was performing. Shit you not. And I looked at them, and I was like, whoa. I was like fanboying. I was like, yo. And I promised myself, one day, I will be in Quest Crew. One day.
What's up, guys? Today's guest is a hairstylist to the Movement Stars and a member of the Emmy Award-winning Quest Crew. Please welcome to the JAMCast, Mr. Subin Choi.
Let's go.
What's up, dog?
Yes.
My goodness, bro. I'm loving the accessories. Where'd you get that fly neck brace?
Dude. Just got it, man. You know, it's pretty good. Hold on.
I was gonna ask, you good? Do you need
I'm
it?
good now.
Okay.
Sheesh, I didn't get this out the way, bro.
Yo, man, for y'all that think we are joking, my man literally was in the hospital getting a CAT scan. How many hours ago? Maybe 2 days ago?
Just yesterday.
24 hours.
2 days ago, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy, man. And so, like, obviously, you're on here to talk about so much more that you've accomplished in your life and your movement journey and stuff. But what happened a couple of days ago?
Couple of days ago, lights turned green, and I see it in front of me, bro. And of course, like any people in LA would do, take the yellow. I took the yellow, and guess what? I got T-boned.
No way,
bro.
Free stunts.
Free stunt. No adjustments.
No double reel clip.
No double reel clip.
No adjustments.
Nothing.
Man, absolutely crazy. What's the status on the car? Is it repairable? Is totaled?
So I just got the call today that it is totaled, and I'm getting paid out for it, sadly. Okay. I love the car, but I guess it's time to move on to a safer car and more efficient car, I guess.
Man, that is crazy because you haven't had that car for that long, right?
No, it's only been like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
I'm sad.
That's wild. But you have had issues with it from, like, I remember, like, the tire change key at one point, like, right? It's been a cursed car.
It's been a cursed car, but a blessing. Exactly. You know, because sports car, when you lower your car, the tires wear out because of the camber, and then just reliability-wise, because of how many, you know, it's just running hot in general, the motor, because it's naturally aspirated. But anyways, it's a blessing and a curse, man.
Bro, so I'm going to ask you this, and I don't mean to bring this up in a negative way or to curse you by any means, but if I'm not mistaken, this actually happened like pretty much like May 31st, June 1st of 2021.
Yeah.
If we rewind literally like 2 calendar years, I believe like June 6th is when you got into your motorcycle accident in 2019.
So it's my birthday week. Anything happening between my birthday week, everything always crazy stuff happens all the time.
No way. So I was right. Basically, exactly 2 years to this date is when you got into a really bad accident where you're on your motorcycle, just splitting lanes, and a car moved over
and clipped me, and I got sent flying. Bro. No adjustments, nothing.
Free stunts, no adjustments, no double reel. But dude, you gotta chill out on this.
No, I gotta chill out. But even last year, June 2nd, before my birthday, I saved a dude on the freeway.
And I was just gonna I was just gonna bring that up. That is so amazing. That was literally, in the same week, right?
Same week.
That's crazy. And so to put that in perspective, obviously, like, you got into a bad car crash and got totaled. You got into a bike accident where you got injured and had to recover. But that incident which you just brought up was something that is like so amazing that I had to talk about. And in fact, like, you got actually a lot of national attention for it. Weren't you on like a TV show, Inside Edition?
Inside Edition. I went viral on TikTok, Aussie Man Review. I went pretty, viral hog. I was up there, dude, to be honest.
So set the stage for people is what's happening. So I know you as a homie of yours. Yeah. I know you're constantly riding around LA on your bike, your motorcycle, and you always have a GoPro rolling. Yep. So what happened on this day?
Where I saved the dude?
Yeah.
So I was just, riding down the freeway, about to relax before my birthday the next day. I was going to relax right before my birthday, and I see a car just stuck on the freeway. Keep in mind, this was a COVID time, so there was barely any cars. But I just thought it was the right thing to do, to pull over and help this guy out. Yes, I could have got killed, pretty much.
Because he's in the dead center of the freeway.
Dead center.
Yeah. Middle lane.
Was it safe? Absolutely not. Was it reckless? Absolutely. But I just remember there was times where I was stuck and I wish somebody helped me. So what I had to do was stop and be like, yo, I can help you push the car over and let's get it. But if you do watch the video, when I did pull the bike over to help him out, I almost died actually. Yeah. Because a car actually nearly misses me doing a last minute lane change. Yeah. But thankfully, you know, somebody was watching over me, and then guess what? Park the bike, get over to the car, and start pushing the car with him. I had to stop traffic though. If you see the video, I'm moving my hand left and right, like, yo, stop.
Yeah.
But before I even was stopping traffic, there was a big truck in a car at the same lane, and I was in the middle of it. Once again, free stunt, baby.
Exactly.
But yeah, crazy, bro, and that was before my birthday.
That is wild, man. And obviously you never met this guy before.
No.
Did you guys exchange info or anything? Or
nothing.
No? First and only time you seen him?
First time. Low key, he looked like a crackhead.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but, you know, I didn't care. I just want to get him out the road.
Just help people.
Just help people.
Man, you're like I don't know what to call you, man. You're like a superhero in the streets, like saving people riding around on your motorcycle. Because, dog, there's another video that I remember of a time when there's a girl who's fighting with like her ex-boyfriend or something, and you basically stop and convince him to give her phone back while she's hanging onto a moving car.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was crazy because I was on the freeway and I see some crazy stuff happening to my right, and I'm like, what? So I pull over and I just ride by to see what's happening, and then I noticed she said the ex was following her, and when they were at a stop, grabs her phone, tries to run off, but she gets in front of him, and then the whole incident, if you watch the video, the whole incident starts happening.
Yeah.
Of screaming, pulling over, and then of course I felt like I needed to just stop her from hanging on to the car or anything else happening.
Totally.
And I had to tell the dude, like, yo, it's not even worth it. Give her the phone and get on with your life.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I said exactly. I don't remember. I said I don't know. I said something cheesy at the end.
Yeah,
I was cringy, but
no, that's crazy.
I had to
man.
save her, dude. You know
it's just so crazy, man. Because like I'm an Angelino, born and raised in this city, and I feel like in just a couple of years, bro, you've run across more things on the freeway than I have my entire life. It's nuts.
You know, to be honest, I don't know why, but maybe I'm manifesting like crazy things because I watch it all the time. And I'm just like, if that ever happens to me, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna be there though. Oh, it's mostly the time is just the fact that people see things happen and don't do anything about it.
Yeah, man, totally.
And for me, I grew up in Hawaii, and we're always about things. Like if something's happening, we're there. If we need to save somebody, we're gonna be there. Just the Hawaii mentality. So for me to see things and everyone driving by it, well, I'm not gonna be that guy, you know. So I just feel like I need to do something about it. If I'm on the scene, I'm gonna do it.
Hell yeah.
Don't matter.
No, 100%, man. Yeah. There's more people that need to live their lives in that way. If we did, the world would be a lot better place if everyone just 100%. Took a few seconds out of their day to help someone else, you know? That's crazy, man. So when you're out here riding, obviously on days like that, when you know something crazy happens, you go home and you probably save the clip on your GoPro, right? Yep. But like, let's just say it's like a random day, like the majority of the time. Do you just run your camera, and if you get home, if nothing happens, do you just delete it and overwrite it? Or how does that go with all of your footage from every day?
I just save it. You know, it's just for insurance policy. Say if I get hit again or something crazy happens, I just have it. Okay. I to be honest, sometimes some of the videos I do put it in a hard drive just to save it. Just how it goes. You never know what could happen. But I just know in LA, there's so much people and crazy things happening all the time. I just keep it rolling. Yeah. Every day is a movie, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell people that all the time, dog. I tell people that all the time. It's crazy, man. Like I said, like I drive around all the time and I'm very aware of what's happening. I just feel like you're just put into these situations maybe for a reason. Like this is your calling in life, is to like save people on your motorcycle, you know?
Dude, to be honest, I did think of that. Like, you know, I like, even though I don't want to work like a regular 9 to 5, but I felt like there's days where I wanted to go to school to be an EMT or a firefighter, even a police officer. But especially with everything happening with the police officers, I don't know, I had to back out a little bit. Yeah. On the police part. But like EMT or even a firefighter, bro.
That's funny. I could see, like, for some reason, I see you, like, riding around, like, making your own outfit, like, Kick-Ass or something, and just being this, like, superhero in the streets.
Bro, I thought about it. I really thought about it. It's a lot of work.
Oh, man, that's crazy, dog. And along the lines of that, man, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on here for so many reasons. Obviously, you're a member of Quest Crew, which, you know, we keep it in the family. The first ever guest I even had on the JAMCast was a member of Quest Crew, Steve Terada. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. It's really cool. But more than anything, dog, like I said, there's I think a lot of people always wonder how I select the guests for this show.
Yeah.
And it comes down to like a few things. Generally speaking, I request people that are requested in the comments frequently by our viewers and our audience. I request people that I grew up like watching and idolizing, and like I was a fan of their movement, you know?
Nice.
And I also request people that inspire me on a certain level.
Hey.
And, you know, for a lot of people out there, a lot of people view me as like this hustler or someone that's like constantly grinding and working. And while I do appreciate that, and I do view myself as someone that does like to work hard,
Right.
I'd say you grind just as hard as me, just in like a different capacity, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. But definitely, I do definitely look up to you. You're one of the hustlers that I do look up to, where I'm just like, if he's pushing that hard, bro, I got to push that hard. Even though if it's not in the film industry, dude, it's LA. There's so much thing happening. We can all hustle. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that's why definitely the people I look up to is the reason why I even push. No. Period.
And I appreciate that, man. And I kind of like lent into it in the intro of this, and obviously like we're here to talk about your movement and stuff. Yeah. So like really quick, just like, you know, taking people all the way back to the days in Hawaii. Yeah. When did you officially first start breakdancing, or how were you introduced to b-boying?
So I was skating on ice in Hawaii. There's like it was a place called Ice Palace. I kept going there just to skate ice.
Wait, like it's like a rink?
It's a rink, ice rink.
I was like, y'all got ice outside?
Dude, no, I know, right?
It's a rink, yeah.
But it was there's like figure skaters and then noobs, but then there was freestylers. And then the freestyle skaters would have like crazy hockey skates, dancing on ice with crazy music, and there's movements. People were breaking on the ice, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But what really caught my attention was when I went out the Ice Palace, the skate rink, there was a group of there was just like a solid group surrounding a people, and I see a feet spinning.
Oh, okay.
That blew my mind, and I was like, what is that? So I quickly run to the circle, and they're just battling on concrete. And when they were spinning, they grabbed literally a napkin or a paper out of their pocket, like a receipt, just to spin on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that thing blew my mind. And ever since then, I just looked up how to breakdance. And when I was trying to learn how to breakdance, it was just YouTube.
And how old were you when that happened?
Bro, I was like 11, 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have any friends around you that were also breakdancers? Did you have anyone to train with, or was it like a solo journey?
No, I had one friend, but he just did it just to do it. But he wasn't like passionate. But for me, like, as soon as I realized dancing was it, I was like 100% passionate. And because of that, it was just me and my one friend going after each other. But that one friend obviously stopped, kind of unmotivated me. But then I was just like, nah, you know what? I see a future in this.
Okay.
Kept grinding, kept watching YouTube. That's when I started watching Korean b-boys. And I was like, what is happening, man? But for that part, I had one friend named Richard Tappé, I think.
No way. And so, like, with that being said, like, how you obviously mentioned you're learning off of YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. So just trial and error, probably try a move, crash, move, crash. How many hours a day were you practicing? And how long did it take before you felt like, okay, I'm starting to understand these moves now on my own?
Oh, man. Like, during school, PE and recess.
Breaking.
Wow.
Just by yourself?
Breaking, then basketball. Then basketball. If I'm not feeling the basketball, breakdancing. By myself in the corner.
With music? No music?
No music. Just trying to figure out why these moves aren't working.
Okay.
So every day I just run it. But it was like, to be honest, you know, when you're younger, you have way more energy and everything. Yeah, so I would just train long as I could. I had no hours. I just trained.
I think about that all the time. When I was a kid, I probably was training for like 6 hours straight without thinking about it.
No, yeah.
And now it's like, bro, I train for like 2 hours. I'm like, I need to go eat. I need a nap. And then I need 2 days off to recover.
Yeah, a week off for me, baby.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, man. That's it. That's my training process, though.
So how long was it until you first started? How long until those moves started working? And what was the first major move that you landed, or I guess you were like, okay, I got that one?
Oh, okay. So it was the third month of just trying to do windmills.
Okay.
Every day. It didn't make sense. My hips were bruised. I was in pain, but I kept going. Once again, the young factor.
Yeah.
Kept doing it. And then one day it just clicked by just messing around.
Okay.
But because I messed around, I understood the feeling of it. But as soon as I understood the feeling of it, I learned the concept of going into that feeling. And then my first major move was a windmill.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so like from there, like how did you determine your style? Because in breaking, it's kind of just like any sport, whether it's parkour, where you have guys that are just about parkour or guys that are very flip heavy, you know, and tricking you guys that are very kick heavy as opposed to twisters. And then in b-boying, you have guys that are power heads. And you have like style heads or guys, you know, that are more into flavor and stuff.
Right.
So how did you start to formulate your style, especially considering that like you had no one to train with and you're kind of just out there on your own?
To be honest, like all I wanted to do was crazy moves.
Blow ups.
Okay, blow ups. Okay. So that my style was blow ups.
Okay.
So there's a lot of moves where people, when they say power moves, it's just one motion the whole time. Yeah. And then there's blow ups where it's powered and boom, you blow ups with something crazy. Yeah. So I figured out like I can do power and then blow ups. So I kind of collabed them, and then I realized my style was more just blow ups. Okay. You know, also known as power moves. Yeah. So that's when I just figured out after the 4th year of just constantly doing it, I was just blowing my moves up, and I was just like, that's it. It was like the 3rd year where I figured out what I really was doing, what my style really was.
Crazy. And now with that being said, like how you're training alone, what was the scene like in Hawaii? And did you ever integrate yourself into the scene, or was it literally just you training alone for years?
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I was solo b-boying for the longest time.
Crazy.
For the longest time. Like
Damn.
2-3 years of just solo b-boying, and then I met a couple guys who used to flip me off in my private school. They would flip me off in private school, like a public school, walk by and they flip me off. And I was like, man, I'm going to be like them one day. I'm going to watch it because these guys who flipped me off did a flare like while flipping me off. And I was like, yo, that's sick. I'm not even mad. I was like, that's sick. Cool. I'm going to be friends with them one day. So I guess the one dude I used to breakdance with, that one dude knew him. Okay. So that day, I talked to him and said, hey, where do these guys even dance, or do you even know about them? And then he told me about a rec center. Of course. At a school near me. And I said, you know what? Hey, can you take me one day? And I just went. I just went with that homie. And I didn't know anyone. I was just breakdancing by myself in the studio. And then, you know, obviously they came up to me after. And then we all started mingling. And that's it. And then I got myself in the scene like that. And they would take me to breaking events, bro. And that's when I started getting crazier into the b-boy scene. Okay. And how old were you at that age? Wow. Still in high school? No, I was in middle school. Wow. Everything was middle school. Super young, bro. Super young. That's crazy. And was your family supportive in this? Like, absolutely not. Okay. No. I thought you were about to be like, absolutely. No. Absolutely not. Okay. My mom was like, what are you doing spinning around? Yeah. Like, you're getting dirty. You're hurting yourself. But, you know me. That time my pops left, and, you know, I was just free roaming. I was just doing whatever I want. But my mom said, don't do that. This better be just a temporary thing. You need to go to school, da-da-da-da-da-da. But, you know me, I had one thing in my mind, and that was just breakdancing. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy, dog. And so how long do you think it took until you started actually going after moves or achieving a level of power that you're satisfied with? Did it happen when you were in middle school, or did you have to wait until you developed strength as more of a, you know, teenager? It was more definitely a teenager, because in middle school, I was getting into the scene. Then I started getting into like the street fighting scene. But I think between middle school and high school, we had to move. Like suddenly, my mom just said, pack your things. We're going to Sacramento. And I was like, okay, what? Where is that? You know, I didn't even know it was California, man. And then I get there. It was during 8th grade and 9th grade. Okay. Where I started realizing as soon as I moved to Sacramento, I was solo again. Okay. So I was really hard, but I just kept training, learning how to do like bigger moves, because I was just solo by myself, nothing to do. And I started practicing air flares. I wanted to show people in Hawaii that I could do it and I'm going to get it. So every single day, I noticed when I was in 9th grade, my body was way more mature. Mm-hmm. And I started learning how to do air flares, to be honest, like that. What's the secret to an air flare? Is it technique or power? Technique. There's no power needed at all.
Really?
Everyone thought it was just muscles or strength or something like that. No, it is literally technique. Because with technique, momentum comes. With momentum and technique, your move will just go right over. There's no strength needed. Long as you have momentum and the technique.
Does that stay true for the majority of breaking, or do you think there are some moves where our strength definitely does come into play?
There are moves definitely where strength does need to come into play.
Okay.
Like the still moves.
Oh, yeah.
And
Hit a freeze or something like that. Yeah.
But at the same time, your strength and your, I don't know how to explain this, but it's like balance in a way. You know what I mean? You need to use your strength, your core strength, to start holding freezes. But also your technique. Some technique, you need strength.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. Now that's super dope, dog. And so obviously as you start integrating yourself into the scene, you get moved to Sacramento. How long are you stuck here in California?
You know, after freshman year, that was it. Just straight. All the way past through senior year. I've been here for, I don't know how long I've been here for.
Wow. So you literally have been here ever since then?
Ever since then.
Crazy, man. And so comparative to back in Hawaii, like you kind of were in the scene there for a little bit. At what point did you get exposed to the scene out here? Or did you pretty much always consider yourself a solo b-boy?
You know, I've been solo b-boying for a long time. I had a crew in Hawaii.
Okay.
They pushed me, and then I moved to Sacramento.
Yeah.
And once again, I had to start over. Yeah. I had nobody. I don't even know what school I was going to. So when they finally realized what school I was going to, I went on Facebook, and then I looked up breakdancing on that high school page, and I saw one dude doing a pike on his profile picture, bro.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, I gotta hit this guy up. So obviously I hit him up, and then no reply. And then later on during high school, he hits me up and said, yo, we actually have an after school session in just like a basketball court lobby.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know what that was, man. I just went to it, and then I just saw a group of like maybe 3 or 4 dancers. And it wasn't all breakers. It was like popper,
just
and
dancers.
Freestyle, just dancing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever, I'm going to do my own thing again like I always used to. That's when I started doing that, what do you call it, breaking in high school, yeah.
That's crazy, man. And I guess the reason why I put such an emphasis on asking about your solo training is because, you know, there's 2 schools of thought with a lot of the guests I have on the show.
Yeah.
Either A, you have people that thrive off of the energy and, you know, the crowd of an open gym where they like the setting of being pushed. But I've also had a lot of other guests besides yourself that actually prefer the solo training so that they don't have people influencing their movements. They don't like to hear the chatter and the noise, you know, like they'd rather just focus on it. But I think what's so ironic about that is that you went from having a very, very completely solo breakdancing journey since you were a youth to now being a member of a crew.
Yeah, no.
which is so crazy. And I guess that's why I always wanted to just find out about the foundational aspects behind it. So with that being said, we mentioned it in the intro. We talked about how Steve Tirado was the first guest on the JAMCast here. How did you get invited to, I guess, perform for the first time, or then get invited to be a part of Quest Crew?
This is fun. So here's the thing. I know I wanted to be in Quest Crew when I saw them in Hawaii. So they
as a fan. Damn.
So I was like super little. I forgot what grade I was in, but I went with one of my other breaking homie. But I remember they were in a carnival. They came to 50th State Fair.
Okay.
And I saw like Aris, Ryan, Hawk, and I was like, yo! I heard Quest Crew was going to be in the Hawaii 50th State Fair, but I couldn't afford the ticket.
Dang.
So what me and my boys did, we went all the way around and hopped the fence.
Okay.
And we quickly just ran into a crowd.
So they couldn't catch you.
They couldn't catch us or see us. So we went into a crowd, and then that's when Quest Crew was performing. Shit you not. And I looked at them, and I was like, whoa! I was like fanboiling. I was like, yo. And I promised myself, one day, I will be in Quest Crew. One day. Because my friend got invited to do a battle upstage.
No way.
But I was scared to even go. So I was like, what? So my friend went up there to battle some girl on the stage with Quest Crew, dude. And I told myself, like, that's me, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I told myself, that's like the biggest dream of my entire life.
No way.
And then going into Sacramento, the school I went to, I took a dance class. When I was taking that dance class, it was just jazz.
Okay.
like kind of like jazz ballet. And I
Yeah.
look to my right is a picture of Dietrich's in my school
On the wall.
on the wall in my dance class. And I was tripping out. I was like, wait, that's part of Quest Crew,
Yeah.
Dietrich's. And I went to the dance teacher. I was like, what's up with this? How come you have a picture of him? He's like, he actually used to go to school here. Bro,
No way.
In Wood Creek High School in Sacramento. The crazy thing is, I was supposed to go to a different school. But they said the district changed last minute or something.
Like the boundaries or
the
something.
boundaries.
Yeah.
So I have to go to Wood Creek. And I was like, what? Are you serious? He used to go to this school? He's like, yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, no way. But she was like, actually, Dietrich is coming for a class. He's going to teach class.
What?
The same week,
What?
I figured out he was on the wall. So I was like, there's no way, man.
Yeah.
There's no way this is happening. So obviously I come to class, but they're doing choreography and I could not do it.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I still attended it just to be in front of Dietrich.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to be in front of this guy, whatever. So I was all the way in the back of the line, But I waited for end of the class, which was a freestyle session.
And then you were like, I'm going to blow up.
I'm going to blow this up. I'm going to be like, he didn't see me doing choreography, but it's all good, baby. Watch this. My blow up style is going to try to catch his attention.
Yeah.
So we had a cypher going, and I just called him out.
And was everyone else just doing classical dancing? Or?
Everyone's just freestyling.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
I was just like,
Okay.
sick. Anyways, let me go out this circle, and I called out Dietrich's. Because he did 2 air flares, and I was like, I have 2 air flares at least. So I called him out. I went in the circle, started dancing, and boom, called him out. And I did air flare, elbow track, windmill, halo, munch mills. And boom. And he's like, dang. And I was like, all right, cool. I got his attention. And then we started chit-chatting, but nothing crazy. When you fan.
And you're still in high school at this point?
Still in high school.
Yeah, okay.
Freshman year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I got his attention.
Wow.
And then my friend said, go to Studio 58. It was a studio in Sacramento.
Dance studio.
Dance studio.
Okay.
First time ever. I met this guy named Benz. But he takes me because I have no car. So this guy would just drive me to the studio. And it was a dance session, bro, in Sacramento. Now I finally found the scene. And I was hyped. I was like, yes, I'm in the scene. It was just like a public session. Everyone comes in and dance.
Okay.
And the guys who hosted it is called Step Boys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guys who hosted was Step Boys, but you know what I mean? I was like, I'm a powerhead, bro. I ain't no choreographer.
Yeah.
So I go in there, I started blowing things up. Some couple of the guys noticed me, and then it was for years and for months and months. I start sessioning. I start getting, air flares down. I started battling, and then a crew picked me up called Brothers of War. So that's how I got into that crew. As years went by, Step Boys were like doing shows. Step Boys were doing shows, okay?
Okay.
And then I remember they're going on ABDC for some, it was like after years.
Yeah,
They
totally.
went on ABDC. Step Boys went on ABDC. And I was like, yo, what? That's sick. Did. But the Step Boys who did ABDC lived in LA.
Okay.
Some came back. But now Step Boys are asking to do shows.
All over.
All over like Sacramento area. But you know what I mean? I was just battling at that time. I wasn't even doing no shows, nothing. I was just battling. And one day, one of the crew members named Rex from Step Boys randomly hits me up and goes, hey, bro, how do you feel about doing shows with us? And I was like, man, I don't want to do no show. I don't want to do no choreography. I just battle strictly. That's it. And he was like, bro, what you talking about? Bro, you can do your power moves on the performances. You get paid too. What's up?
Oh.
And I'll make you some spam, egg, and rice. And I was like,
I mean,
pull up, bro. So it took Rex a long time for him to persuade me into Step Boys.
yeah.
So I got into Step Boys.
Okay.
Doing performances, and
Just being the power head.
Yeah, just being the power
Just
head.
a lot of groups had that
There's a
back
lot
in
of
the
groups,
day. Yeah. Dance, and then they part the C's, then head spins in the middle.
Yeah,
Something-
air
always.
flares in the middle.
Exactly. Always.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
So, but when I said yes to it, I started performing with them, and I realized, yo, these guys are mad cool.
Okay.
They're super cool. Filipino guys, Vietnamese dude, Asian boys. I was like, let's go. I started hanging out with them. And then I forgot, I did one other like performance and everything. And then someone told me, Dietrich is in Step Boys, right? Yeah. And I was like, bro, stop playing.
Yeah.
He's like, he's not in Step Boys. He's like, bro, we have like a party because Dietrich is coming down to Sacramento. Step Boys party. And I was like, bro, stop playing. There's no way, man. I go into a party, Dietrich is there. And I was like, this is my second time encountering randomly. I didn't even know what was happening, bro.
Imagine if you never moved to Sacramento, right?
No.
Crazy.
And then I started hanging out with Step Boys.
Okay.
Boom. I went to his party and I saw him. And he was like, hey, I remember you. And I was like, yo, what the hell is happening? Start sessioning. And of course, you know me, I got to blow things up again. So I started blowing things up. And I realized like I kept doing it, but Step Boys back in Sacramento, they weren't going anywhere. Meaning like they just wanted to do their own thing. And I was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm going to do my own thing too. And then my mom moved to LA. Okay. We're still talking about how I got into Quest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I moved to LA finally. And then they're telling me like, hey, what do you call it? You know, there's LA Step Boys. And I was like, Jarrell, Green, and Dom. And totally. I was like, yo, what? I want to hang out with him. But before any of this even happened, like I heard Jarrell and Green didn't even like me. Or they were like, why is this fool in the crew? We don't even know him. Oh. Yeah, but I was just like, I don't care, man. I'm going to prove myself. If you don't like me, it's all good. I'll figure it out, you know? Yeah. And then we went to a dancer's party randomly. And then that's where I met like Jarrell and because I was at one of the Sacramento crews because he drove it down too. For some reason we're at I don't know how, but we're at a dance house party, apartment party. Okay. And Jarrell and the Step Boys LA were there. Okay. And I was like, what? This is crazy. And then that's how I met Jarrell and Green. And then we became best friends. I shit you not. Yeah. Me and Jarrell became best friends that day. The guy who didn't like me at first.
Yeah, totally.
We became best friends. And then Dietrich was there. And he was just like, hey, I'm doing a couple of things. Would you want to hop in? I hopped in. And then I went into his studio. And then, of course, I'm going to keep my cool because I'm in this guy's place. Yeah. But we're Step Boys. But the way I started working for him was like I started cleaning up the trash randomly. Okay. Just randomly. He's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm just cleaning up your trash. Let me clean for you, bro.
Because for those that don't know, Dominic, outside of being a member of Quest Crew, he's also a very successful YouTuber. Yes. Has a huge following online. Has even been a judge on So You Think You Can Dance seasons. Yep. So, huge deal. Okay.
Huge deal. So, I started cleaning for him, and then he said, hey, you want to work with me? And I was like, let's go. Yes, I do. But obviously, I was personal assistant, just cleaning up the trash. It's okay, though, because at the side, I was still dancing, breakdancing, leveling up my power moves farther than I ever expected my whole entire life. But I came back, and I still did what I had to do. And one day, there was a New York show. Like, we're opening up for, like, G-Eazy and the big artists. And he was just like, oh, dang, we need one member who can do, like, power moves. Mm-hmm. But we don't have anyone. And he was like, Dietrich was like, hey, I'll talk him for you if you want to hop in. And that was it. I was like, this is my chance, man. I got to do whatever it takes to get there. And
you've been waiting on that your whole life.
I've been waiting on that my whole life, bro. And then Dietrich said something to them. They're like, I don't know, but let's just figure it out. And I was like, here we go again with this. I was like, I will prove you wrong. It's all good. You can have all the hate all you want. And I get in there. And our first rehearsal, he's like, what's up, man? Because we met before, I guess, a couple of times doing something to be short. And then I just made sure I had to learn the counts, which I still didn't. But I still did somehow. And as long as I knew how to get in and get out.
Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Don't miss the cues.
Don't miss the cues.
Yeah.
From there, we flew to New York. Dom was doing his own thing. Dietrich was doing his own thing, and then he met us there at the end of the performance and literally hopped in the performance last minute. Learned the choreo real quick. He's like, I don't know what I guess technically the first thing we're supposed to do, the first situation was he wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. So we just did our own thing.
Did it without it.
But Dietrich came, and we just performed with him.
Okay.
And my first performance with Quest Crew was shit. Sorry, crap.
Oh, it's all good. You can say it. Yeah.
Because the DJ messed up the song. Instead of starting the song when they were supposed to, they faded in the song. So we all...
So you're already late on a bunch of counts.
Yeah, we're all late. We missed the cue. But we came back after the performance. We're all kicking it, and that's when I started getting to know everybody else. And they started bringing me on. Next thing you know, a couple performances with Quest Crew, and now I'm in.
No way.
Yeah. That's how I got on Quest Crew, baby.
That is crazy, dog. How old were you when you saw them at the fair?
Bro, I was like in 7th grade.
So we're talking like 11 or 12?
I don't know, yeah.
And then how old were you when you got into Quest Crew?
I was like 22.
Holy crap. A decade later.
A decade later.
I
just told myself, this is what I want, and I'm going to get it.
Bro, you know what, though? Like, and we've talked about this, and so I'm not going to, like, rehash the story because I'm sure my listeners have heard it before, but I don't believe anything happens by chance in the world.
No.
Like, I believe that there are a lot of things that happen by manifestation.
Yep.
And also, I just inherently think that some people are connected and they're meant to be connected, man. Like,
Dude.
I've told the story on this before, and so the Cliff Notes version of it is back when I was, growing up, high school, college, I would watch videos of Danny Graham, Anish Sherfa, Jeremy Marinas, like all the top trickers, and I'd always come from a different background, so I just never got the chance to really train with these guys. Like I knew Steve Tirada from competing as a kid, but I wasn't like in the tricking scene huge, and I used to always watch these guys. And then I was in college one day, and one of my best friends is like, yo, like, what are you looking at? I'm like, oh, there's this place called XMA in North Hollywood, and they're having a workshop with Anish and Jeremy and Kier, and I'm like, would you be down to like drive with me? And he was like, yeah, let's do it, dog. So like we left Santa Barbara, drove to North Hollywood 2 hours, went to this workshop where I literally just knew like 2 people from the gymnastics gym, and I was the same as you. I was like, I'm just gonna meet them. I'm just gonna do my thing. Same thing. Like when it came time to trick, it was a workshop, so everyone was really bad. I was just the best of the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just the best of the worst. So like I would do something like, oh, like he kind of knows how to do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of like opened up the doors where fast forward to like 2 weeks later, I remember Anish got in touch with us and our homie and was like, yo, you guys down to kick it? I'm like,
what?
No way, bro. Yeah.
Bro, that's sick.
Yeah, man. And so the time I'll never forget, like fast forward to like a year or two later when he asked me to be on a team with him, I'm like, bro, I used to sit in my bedroom and watch this guy on YouTube on repeat. Yep. And he just asked me to be on his team. Like, dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
I believe in that 100%. Like, things happen to you in the world in your lifetime for a reason. Yeah. There has to be. You know what I mean? Dude, that's crazy, bro. How that even happened with you.
Bro, your story is even crazier, dog. Dude. A decade of waiting to get into a crew and just being a fan, and then...
Thankfully, they're still doing stuff.
I know.
Thankfully, man. It's a decade later. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild, man. And then with that being said, is there a performance that has stood out in your mind as like one that is your favorite? Since obviously your first one you said didn't go so well.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at Jabberwockies first, and I was like, tight. But then I remember watching another ABD scene. Quest Crew just stood out. I don't know why. Maybe it's the hair. Oh, I think it was D-Trix doing elbow tracks.
Yeah.
In one of the performances, bro. And I was like, bro, I could do that. That's it, Quest Crew. But then they started killing it. Because I noticed Quest Crew was way more diverse.
Yeah.
On the people-wise and the move-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying Jabberwocky. It wasn't. I'm just saying, like, Quest Crew just blew up. Like, their moves were blowing up. And their concepts were just constantly blowing up.
Yeah.
And my style was, at that time, blowing things up. So I was like, that's it. Connected, bro. And I was like, that's why I think I went with Quest Crew more than any other crew.
Man, that is so crazy, dog. It's so surreal. And you know, myself being like an Asian American growing up in this time period, obviously like I watched Quest Crew and it was always just so cool to me because like I had known Steve since me and Steve first met when we were probably 12, 13 years old competing against each other. So fast forward to like seeing him on stage, like doing his flash kick. I'm like, this is crazy. I even got to go to their season when they won ABDC.
What?
Yeah, Steve invited me to go watch in the audience. And it's crazy how life works, man. Like I remember sitting in the audience to watch them. And they absolutely killed it, you know what I'm saying? It was super dope. But I also got to even be a consultant on a season with Steve Tirada where we did an episode, a martial arts episode.
Oh, dang.
Where we literally had each crew do martial arts and stuff.
Bro, that's sick.
But it's such a small world, dog. I remember when I was there watching one of the Quest Crew performances.
Yeah.
There was these two girls sitting in front of me, and they were like, they were just like super friendly.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just started talking to me. I was talking to them. I'm like, hey, what's up? They're like, oh, like, you know, we're just stoked to be here. And they're like, yeah, we're dancers. We're from like West Covina. We have like a small dance school that we run. We do like very specific style of stuff that's, you know, we're just trying to integrate hip hop into it and show our kids. And it turned out to be Valerie Ramirez and Carrie Calkins who own In the Lab.
Oh, wow.
And bro, this was back in the days when they just had a little dance studio in a strip mall.
Yep.
And they would come up, I met them, they would come up to White Lotus, learn how to flip. I went out there, and this was like, literally, they're just getting their studio off the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, bro, that's crazy.
Now you fast forward to, they won the World of Dance, and they have probably almost 500,000 followers on online and stuff.
They're booming now.
Absolutely amazing, bro. And I just flashed back to like sitting in the audience and being like, and remembering this girl talk about how she had a little dance studio. It's crazy.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
Right?
Industry, man. I just feel like if you follow your dream, or most importantly, if you stick to your goals.
Yeah.
You'll kill it, dude.
I agree. And I think at the same time too, you also have to like just take chances, you know?
100%.
If you hadn't taken those chances to like go to those parties or put yourself out of your comfort zone and risk maybe being ridiculed by people that didn't know you, you wouldn't have had all those opportunities that opened the doors for you too.
No, 100%. Well, the whole thing where, you know, now these days you see Instagrams and there's like, you know, motivational words the whole time. It's very cliche, but like, it's true when they say, like, you have to take a risk. And, you know, the whole risk, you taking risks stuck to me, like, to the heart. That's why when I saw that yellow, I took the risk and just gassed it.
Oh, man.
But anyways, seriously, but you have to take risks because you just don't know the outcome.
Yeah.
If it fails, it fails. But if it succeeds, you literally open up a different pathway to your life or your career.
100, dog.
Love it.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's super cool to see that a kid like yourself who just, you know, saw breakdancing outside of a skating rink one day was able to eventually join the crew that he dreamt of and make a career out of it in some regards, bro.
Yep.
Dude, there, for those that are friends of mine or used to follow me online, you would remember that for years I would go to Clipper games when I had season tickets.
Right.
And dude, you guys have no idea. Subin would come to me every game when I would go.
Oh,
and like, and if I needed to, or I was like on a date or something, Subin would come up clutch, run up to the seats with a T-shirt during the giveaways, and just be like, "Here's free stuff." People are like, "Who is this dude? Get free shirts."
Dude, I wouldn't even throw. You know, I was told to throw it to the crowd. And I was like, man, I don't care about that. They don't care, bro. I'm gonna just run up, give you all the gears, baby.
Bro, I got like 70 Clippers t-shirts because of that. Gang.
I got you, bro. Connection, baby.
Oh, it's funny, man. No, I appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, bro, I got you.
And then, along the lines of like kind of like we talked about in the intro and along the lines of me viewing you as a hustler, man, you know, like outside of Quest Crew and dancing, you know, have a normal day job as well where you help manage a business and their content. But you also have kind of created this niche for yourself in the movement world.
Wow.
And so when I said at the start of the episode, you're a hairstylist to the movement stars, like,
all right.
I'm dead ass serious, y'all. Like, for those that don't know, you've been cutting for her hair for how long now?
Yeah, like almost 9 years, 10 years.
9 years total.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And then for anyone that follows the JAMCast and you remember the Jam Loft that we had a year ago during COVID times, if you ever follow my story, you'd see that we had a barber chair there.
Yeah.
And that was because Subin actually would come by and cut sometimes.
Thank you.
But yeah, essentially, at the current state, for lack of a better explanation, you basically cut some of the best dancers, trickers, parkour guys, stunt people in Los Angeles' hair.
I'm grateful, dude. Oh my God. It's like, he just wants a haircut. All right.
It's crazy.
You know? I don't really look at him like, oh, this guy's big. I'm just gonna be like, I can't mess up this guy's hair. And that was it, you know what I mean? That was my mentality, you know, I think.
But how did it all get started as far as it becoming like a viable sort of business out here? Because, you know, to put it out there, you don't have a shop.
No.
You know, you don't have like your own barber place. Like that's not your full-time job.
Nope.
but you probably hustle on that grind just as hard as your other job.
Oh, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
It was just learning how to cut my own hair in the beginning because my mom kept giving me bow cuts.
Okay.
Bro, and I see guys in high school just full hawk, nice lineup, and I was like, bro, what?
Yeah.
And then I just obviously try to learn. I messed up so many times. I just shaved my head. I messed up my brother's hair so many times. Kept doing it, and one day in California, my friends trusted me, started getting better. And then when I moved to LA, one random dancer was like, yo, could you cut my hair? Because I told him I could.
Yeah.
But, he didn't care if it was nice or not. I just kept doing it. One dancer saw the other dancer do it. I did it. Step Boy saw it, so I did it. You know how that goes.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Link. Word of mouth. Instagram one time. Slowly started building up and boom. Now I'm cutting hair like literally on the side. If I'm not working at the other spot, I'm literally cutting hair.
Bro, there's been times where you've gotten off work at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock and you go cut people's hair.
Yeah, 2 clients if I have to. Grind don't stop, baby. Money don't sleep.
And that's what I'm saying, dog. And that's something that I really have looked up to, man. And at a certain point, to just put it out there, you had even worked at Jam for me as like,
yes.
front desk person. Like you've definitely always been on your grind. And that's something that I look up to. Like a lot of people wonder if I'm always watching, and I am. I'm watching everything, dog.
Good looks, bro.
I watch everything all the time, whether that's just on Instagram or, on the cameras at Jam or talking to other people and stuff. And I hold very few people in company with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the people that I do are people that inspire me and like push me to continue to drive. And they're people that I know won't look at me weird when I tell them like, nah, I can't do that. I got to go grind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I feel like too often in this world, it kind of gets like looked down upon or frowned upon. Like I can't tell you how many people look at me and go like, oh, bro, you work so hard. You should take a break sometime. Like you deserve a vacation. And I'm like, bro, until mama is set and retired in a house, like I'm grinding, bro. Like,
no, 100%. I think definitely people just look at like you not hanging out because you got to do stuff. They're going to be like, he just doesn't want to hang out or something.
Yeah.
But realistically, dude, we don't have time for that.
No.
Like we need to work, especially out here in LA, bro. It's so expensive.
For real, preach.
You go out to eat, it's like $50 because of you or your lady or you and your friend, bro. You know what I mean? Like, no, I totally get that part, though. Like, I was so sick and tired of worrying about how much I'm going to spend on food.
Yeah.
I told myself, I promised myself never again.
Yeah.
If I'm going to eat that $100 plate, I'm going to eat that $100 plate. Bro. It doesn't even matter how hard I gotta work.
You literally like took the words out of my mouth. Like a lot of people ask me like what I work for, and I work for a few things which I won't say publicly on here. You know, and things like that. But one of the things that I work for is just freedom. Freedom of choice. Freedom to do what I want. Freedom to eat what I want. Freedom to do things what I want. Freedom to go like, oh, I want a new pair of shoes because these look beat up. I'm gonna go buy them right now.
Bro, exactly what you said was just me. Everything.
Bro. 100, dog. Well, no, it's super cool to see. And if anyone's interested in getting a cut in the LA area, check out the Instagram. You can book online on the calendar, right?
Please.
Text me. You all would be surprised how many people that have been on the JAMCast and the Jam Breakdown get their hair cut by this dude.
Yes.
Low-key crazy. Low-key crazy,
I appreciate you, bro.
And so real quick, man, this is one question that I just had to ask you, and I've always wanted to ask. Being from Hawaii, do you still speak Pidgin?
Oh, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime, dog. I can switch it on and off, bro. No worries.
Yeah, I was curious about that, dog.
Yeah.
And and with that being said, and the reason why I ask is I didn't know that you haven't been there since you moved to Sac, as far as living. And so you obviously take trips back to visit and sometimes and things like that here and there. But do you ever lose it because you don't use it, or how do you keep up on it? Do you have friends you talk to?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of friends I play games with sometimes.
Okay.
And then it's just one thing you cannot lose, because for me to be I had to learn how to speak Pidgin naturally, because you want to be cool with that type of group or that type of friends. It just became such a natural thing. I already learned the whole grammar for Pidgin.
Is there a way to break down any word to turn it into it, or is it like only certain words exist? You know what I'm saying within Pidgin? Like,
well, Pidgin is just a lazy way of talking.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of like a slang, you know.
Yeah.
Just like,
could you take any sentence and turn it into Pidgin? I guess is my question.
I don't know.
Or are there only certain words that exist?
No,
Like
I
if,
think you
if I were to
can.
be like, "Hey, Subin, how is your day going?" Or like, "How was your day?" Like, is there a way to say that in Pidgin? Or
Yeah, like you say, how's your day? Like
Yeah.
you'd be like, how's it?
okay,
Oh, everything
Shorthand.
good. Yeah, everything good, dog. It's
Okay.
like, awesome. You know what I mean? Just that's it.
so it's just shorthand.
Short it. Lazy.
Okay.
Bad grammar. Sounds amazing. Sounds cool. Sounds weird. But yeah, I could technically grab any sentence if I wanted to.
Okay. That is crazy, man. It's just something that I've always been curious about because it's so
Yeah.
unique to Hawaiian residents and
Yeah.
locals and stuff like that.
Bro,
So, man, you're at a super crazy point in your life right now.
so crazy.
Like, with the exception of the car accident, business is starting to do well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Quest Crew has been a great blessing and stuff that we've talked about. And I know the next major thing and stage of your life is, my man's sporting a ring these days.
This ring?
Yeah.
Of course. You know, I got a wife now, and so obviously my whole goals in life changes, but in a good way. Not
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not burying my dreams that I used to do before.
Yeah.
It just, you know, when you grow older.
He knows
things-
she's going to listen to this one. So.
Oh yeah. Baby.
And she teaches Taekwondo, dog.
She's a black belt,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
a couple degrees. But
Exactly.
you know, when you grow older in life, your priorities just change, man. You know, you never know what might happen to your life. I got a lady now who's been by my side, who's super supportive. So obviously, I gotta work not just hard for me, but future family. So that's why I gotta aim higher in whatever I'm doing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's it. You just gotta aim so high where you like, it's gonna work. It's gonna take so long to get there, but once you get there, you're gonna be like, all right, on to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I noticed, like, when my dream and goal was to be a quest crew, my dreams were so small. I realized how small the dream was.
Wow.
Bro, I was like, you gotta go bigger now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because after I achieved that dream, I low-key was depressed, sad, because I didn't know what to do after.
Yeah, what's the next goal?
What is the next goal? But literally, I realized from that lesson, your dream has to be so high, it's gonna take you so long to get it. So you're constantly busy trying to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy to think about, man, to think that a dream that you had since you were, a kid, 11 years old, and when you finally achieved it, it almost brought you satisfaction. But then, like you said, to
Yeah.
depression because you're like, what's next?
Yeah, it really hit me hard too.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy how life works, dude. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I think like you said, though, the name of the game is you have to continue to set goals and just make sure that you're not complacent and you don't just settle with one thing. And more than anything, like dream bigger.
Dude, yeah, that's
Dream
it.
big.
Have multiple goals, dreams, and make that one major dream high as possible.
Yeah.
No stop.
Hell yeah, man. No,
Yee.
totally, dog. So before we get out of here, this is a question
Yeah.
I ask all the homies, and it could be about whatever your answer is, whether that's work, life, or beyond.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself 5 years from now, and then where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
5 years from now, a business. Owning a business, so I'm working, obviously. 10 years from now, I'm literally just cruising, doing whatever I want with just, comfortably with income flowing in. Whatever that leads to, however that leads to, but that's what I see because I just want to, I'm really into like motorcycles and cars and just building stuff. So I just want to have a comfortable life in 10 years. In 5 years, I'm going to be working hard in business, whatever business that is.
Hell yeah.
A nice 5 and a 10, yeah.
Hell yeah. And hopefully a lot less car accidents.
I can't do it anymore, bro. I can't do it. Sheesh.
Oh man, no,
Yeah.
man. Like we said, man, I'm glad that you're okay and in good health. And anytime it's June, I'm gonna text you and remind you to sit your ass down the first week of June.
Bro, please.
Don't go on the road. Just
Please.
literally sit at home with bubble wrap.
Uber.
Yeah. Maybe don't even do that,
No,
dog.
you know what? I'm not even going to do that.
Don't even do that,
I'm not
bro.
even do that.
No cars.
No cars, bro.
Yo,
Or
man.
bikes.
No, that's crazy, man. But more than anything, man, like I said, I really appreciate over the years all of the help, all the support, all
Thank
the
you.
friendship, and going out of your way to always try to help me when I need help and stuff like that, dog.
Yes, sir,
So,
bro. All the time, bro. Once again, I look up to you. So you're going to go big places.
I hope
So I need to make sure I'm on your good side, bro.
I'm gonna need a haircut. So
that's why I'm doing it, baby.
a video came out today of a shoot that I did, and I was like, damn, I didn't get my haircut before it.
Should hit me up,
Should
bro.
have hit him up, dog.
It's a good time. Hit me up.
Hit him up. Well, nah, man, I appreciate it. You
Thank
know,
you.
and more than anything, you know, thanks for coming by, sharing some insight, and hopefully, you know, you never know who could be inspired. Some kid out there listening to this may be inspired by your story and choose to finally dream bigger themselves. You know,
it's a blessing, bro. Thank you so much.
So, yo, before we get out of here, dog, can you just take a look into that camera and let people know where they can follow you and stay up to date with you and Quest Crew? If not, we'll just throw it on the screen. Yeah.
You can whatever. Well, you can follow me wherever, up, down. It's gonna be IamSue_BIN, or for my haircut stuff, it's Fades by Choi. Instagram is easier for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, as always, please be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe for brand new episodes each and every week. Join us every Monday for Jam Breakdowns and every Friday for a brand new JAMCast, interviewing influential members of the movement community like Mr. Subin Choi himself. So with that being said, guys, I got to give one more very special shout out. Thanks for coming through, homie. I really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you so much for having me, bro. This is awesome. Blessing.
Hell yes.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, guys, coming at you, coming through, I'm your host, Travis Wong. Thanks for joining us here on another JAMCast. Until next time, we'll see you all soon. Peace. Woo!